means I am indeed recording this session. There we go. I will post this like I did the other one to my YouTube channel, as well as include it in a recap that gets blasted out to everybody at the end of the session. As always, please feel free to include any questions you have in the chat at either side of the window if you're worried about forgetting them. Otherwise, I will allow a spot at the end of the class for everybody to unmute themselves and open up the floor to questions then. For time purposes, we're going to go ahead and dive in. Otherwise, all the rules are the same as they was for part 1. Welcome to YouTube part 2. Last time we focused on setting up the account, what kind of information needs to be there in regards to making sure that it is a integral part of your marketing plan with a focus of capturing consumers and then driving them back to other channels, specifically one like your website. Today, we're going to talk about what you can do with the content that you're uploading. How would you upload something? A little bit more of those nuts and bolts about operating within the YouTube studio itself. So with that being said, I am going to go ahead and share my screen and let's get started. All right. Let's go ahead into my web browser, and of course, let's go to YouTube. So quick recap, we are on our main page, on our home page. I'm going to go right into my channel, which will give us the consumer view of the channel. And as we can see, we've got the class that I had changed in my session with you guys is here. We've got my playlists and my uploads. In our session, we're going to go ahead and upload that commercial that I had downloaded for 125 32nd Avenue, Santa Cruz. And we'll also create another playlist called television ads to make it easy for my consumers to find all of those TV ads and kind of talk about all of that stuff in the back end. Now, the YouTube Studio is accessed two ways. You've got, zoom in a little bit here, you've got your button right here, as well as on the main menu, you've got a YouTube Studio button here as well. I'm going to go over the switch accounts real quick. Will allow you, if you have multiple Google accounts and you want to transition between the two of them, that's what that does. Dark theme will just kind of change the layout. Instead of having a white background to a dark background. This is only for the user. You changing this does not change it for everybody that's using YouTube on your channel. It's just for you. And of course, you can choose your language. And we will get into the deeper settings in just a sec. But let's start with the YouTube Studio, because the YouTube Studio is where everything lives in relation to what you are doing to operate within this system. And the first part that you get is your dashboard, much like the dashboard on Prospect Square or the dashboard on InTouch. This is chock full of relevant information to your channel as a whole. First, on this, you've got 3 columns here. So let's start with the very left. The first gives you your latest video performance. So this is obviously now a micro look at the last thing I uploaded. So I uploaded a video, was yesterday? Yeah, yesterday when I taught my class on listing concierge assets. Whoops. And I can see all of the quick snapshot analytics right here, where it ranks by views compared to the rest of my stuff. How many views that I got within the first 21 hours, because that's how long ago it was uploaded. There were any impressions and average view duration. You can go right into the deeper analytics from there and see any comments right from these deep links here. Our middle gives us any news. This is purely, think about it as like YouTube news. Same thing for their studio. This is what's new. So if the top is what's new in regards to YouTube and the larger community, this bottom one is what's new in YouTube Studio itself and what you can do for creation. Creator Insider is a highlighted spot with one of YouTube's top creators, usually talking about something that can help benefit your channel in some way. Now, 8 out of 10 times, this is usually primarily geared towards someone trying to make their YouTube a source of income for them as well. You guys aren't really concerned with that. This is more of an advertising channel, but I digress. There's always good tips and things that'll be made available for you here, as well as some ideas for you, which you can always drop down and see some more of here. Again, some tips and tricks from Google and YouTube to help boost the performance of your channel. And on the far right, we've got analytics related to the channel as a whole, those big macro numbers. So current subscribers, your summary for the last month, as well as your top videos. And you can see recent subscribers underneath there. That is your dashboard. You've got 2 buttons up top also, which are also the same as this button up here that you will see whenever you're logged into YouTube, right at the top right. It's a little camera with a plus in it. That is where you will upload things. You can either go live or you can upload a video. We're going to put a pin in that and get into it in just a sec. Videos gives you your entire list of videos in the system, and you'll notice it broken down kind of like any other file viewer that you see. You can check multiple items, so you can group, move, delete, add to playlists, all that fun stuff. You can select single items and do things with them. Visibility. Let's talk about that real quick. You'll see some of my videos are public, some of them are unlisted. What is the difference? A private video is only available to you, the uploader. An unlisted video is available to anyone that you share the link to the video with. So this little shareable link is what you would need to give somebody to let them watch the video. Otherwise, you can't see it and it's not posted on your channel. Public is the last of those settings, and much like you'd expect, public means public. Everybody can see it. It is live. Restrictions will show up anytime. Like the most common one is if you're using music that isn't yours, you'll get a copyright notice. 9 times out of 10, it just means you can't monetize the video, which is fine for our case. It's very seldom that the copyright holder will take action against you to remove the video. If that happens, YouTube will normally just mute the music in and of itself. You can avoid all of that by using the audio library. We will get to that in just a sec. The only other thing you'll see here is if you're uploading a video, sometimes you might see YouTube Kids. It is an algorithmic change that you can choose when you are uploading stuff to the channel. You don't want to ever put anything into YouTube Kids. We'll get to that in a bit later because, again, it does you no good. And then there's some quick snapshot analytics here. Views, comments, likes versus dislikes. And this goes for all of the videos that you have uploaded to the channel. Playlists will show you any playlists that you've created and allow you to edit those. Just like any other thing in this system, you can choose to add videos, you can remove videos, you can reorder them, you can edit the name of the playlist, you can edit the description of the playlist, or you can delete the playlist in its entirety. Analytics gives you both analytics for the channel. This gives you analytics for the channel itself. So you've got a full breakdown of everything that you are looking at for your entire channel. Analytics are important for the same reason they are anywhere else. Use this information to see what your consumers and your audience finds valuable so you can continue to make content that is relevant to them and that keeps them engaged, because if they're engaged, that means they're thinking about you. And if they're thinking about you, then you've not lost them as a potential business opportunity in the future whenever they're ready for. You can choose your time frame that you want the data to be looked at. Again, this is full channel view. If you want to look at analytics for individual videos, all you would have to do is select that individual video's analytics. We'll get into individual video ones in a moment when we upload that video. Comments, you can see comments for videos that are here. You can reply to them, you can like them, you can delete them if need be. Subtitles are huge. These are automatically made available by YouTube. And this is where it becomes important, and we're going to pause to have a quick discussion about the content of the videos you are posting. It is very important to practice. You heard me talk about, if you guys took or have rewatched my virtual open house or tour video, diction, timbre, and tone of voice are some of the most important things that you can have when it comes to production value for these kind of videos. A, it means your consumer can understand you clearly and you don't have that monotony Ben Stein kind of voice. You got the appropriate inflection where needed, and you're taking appropriate pauses where needed to make sure that the message is indeed sinking in with your viewer. But more importantly, the clearer you speak, the easier it will be for the system itself to automatically generate subtitles for you that are appropriate. Let's click. It usually takes about 24, 48 hours. And let's click on one of my videos and you can see, indeed, the subtitles themselves are already here. You can edit the subtitles to make sure, if you want to make sure punctuation is there, if there are words that are misspelled, whatever the case may be, you can go through this thing line by line, word for word, and make sure it appropriately lines up with you and it syncs with you as you speak. Subtitles are hugely important because A, the deaf and hearing community are a largely under-marketed to community that you can make sure you do not exclude with something as simple as going in here and making sure that the automated subtitles are correct and activated. And B, it also is handy for those consumers of yours that are actively followers of your channels, but might be in a situation right at the moment that video drops where they can't listen to the video. They might be on a train, they might be on a bus, they might be in public, but they can still watch it and get the information out of it through the subtitles, and you don't lose that capture because it's a big ask to try and get someone to come back later. But those are subtitles. You can also have subtitles added manually in a different language. You can turn on community contributions, which will allow people in other countries to add subtitles if your videos are gaining some bright popularity. And you can download the subtitles and utilize them in other video uploads. Huge, clutch, important. Don't forget about subtitles. Monetization, we're not going to talk about because it's not important to you. Audio library. This is awesome. You've got free music and sound effects, all made available right here. You can find them by mood, instrument, duration, attribution, or genre. You can preview stuff. All you got to do is download it, and it will be made available for you to use. So you can then, when editing a video, upload it wherever you would like for that specific one and not have to worry about royalties or payment or anything like that. Same thing goes for the sound effects. Tons of fun. Tons available here for you to use. And let's move on. That's the basics of what you're doing here in this YouTube studio section. Let's actually upload a video and kind of get into some of the nuts and bolts and a little bit more of the details on the specific video process. So last time we downloaded a video that I saved, or sorry, not last time. I think last time actually. We went over downloading a video using Y2Mate, and we're going to go ahead and upload that commercial. You can drag and drop a video right in here. And again, I clicked on a little upload. You can also, if I just go, let's go to YouTube's home. It doesn't matter where you are because it'll take you right to the studio afterwards. Again, you can also click on a little create a camera with a plus and upload video. Again, you can drag and drop, or you can select your file. And in my case, I'm going to go to the video I saved and blast off. I've selected my video. It has started to upload. These commercials that you get from the At Home in Northern California channel are hugely valuable to you. People hear with their eyes. Don't just tell people that you run a television commercial for them on several networks. Show it to them and just tell them the networks that it runs on and the viewership that we get. Your description here, you can just grab this right out of your listing concierge package. Your marketing copy can just be pasted right in here, and also front load your website. So actually we would put here agent website Go here for more info. And then you've got that beautiful description below that you got right out of your listing concierge package. Thumbnail will automatically generate. You can choose one of 3 photos that will automatically come up, or you can upload your own. This is another great time to talk about branding. If you got a personal brand and a logo that you developed and you are using as a part of your website or YouTube banner header, things like that, this is another place to include it. Real quick talk, let's talk about, your listing videos could have a version of your headshot and your logo. You could have a version with just your logo that you use for like tour videos. You could have a version with your headshot and the logo in the corner to use for community videos. There's all kinds of ways to incorporate thumbnails so your consumer knows exactly what kind of video they're getting. Let's say you've got those 3 categories. So based on the thumbnail that gets uploaded, your consumer will know, hey, this is a house tour. Hey, this is a TV commercial. Or hey, this is a community video. Tons of great things to do right there. Moving on, playlists. I've only got the one for Coldwell Banker classes. This isn't a class, but from right here, when you're uploading a video, I can create a new playlist. We can call this television ads. And then this way, any new upload I want, we're going to make it public because I want everybody to see this. I hit create and bam, that new playlist has been created. I hit that checkbox to add this video to that playlist and done. And now every time I upload a new video, they won't just see Coldwell Banker classes. Television ads is another one that I can drop this into as well. This is what we talked about in regards to the algorithm for YouTube Kids. Every video you post, no, it's not for kids. If you put it for kids, goes into the system and a different algorithmic push does you no favors. Again, do not restrict your videos to any age groups. And moving on, the second one, this is a cool spot where you can add elements. You can do great things like the simple stuff. Maybe at the end of your video, you drop in this little video card. You can choose to have a video show up, and you can say, you can click here to look at my most recent upload. If, we're talking a commercial, you can click here to look at my most recent home tour. Again, whatever the case may be to advertise your brand and business. You can choose best for viewer. This will allow the YouTube algorithm to put a video at the end of your video, wherever this annotated thing pops in, and it will suggest a video using the YouTube algorithm for your consumer based on only pulling from the videos that you've uploaded. So it won't go to YouTube and choose another video for them. It'll recommend them a video based on their habits from your library. Or you can choose a specific video to put here. And then this beautiful icon with your headshot allows people to subscribe right to your channel. This is where you can get those little end cards. You can shoot something and have people point to them. You can save these end cards as a template and use them in the future without having to redo it over and over again. I'm going to discard these changes because I don't need them. Again, you can also add other cards to promote yourself, but I'll let you guys get your hands in there. Let's go back to our YouTube studio. The last thing you're going to need to do is choose the visibility. You can make it private, unlisted, or public. You can also set it as a premiere or schedule it and then notify your audience about it so they can see it as it goes live. Again, there's tons of ways to milk this as a part of your larger marketing strategy. I'm going to just set this to public. You hit publish, and the video will finish processing and be ready to go. You've got your link already available. If I click it, it takes me right to the video that I have uploaded. And just like that, it's all set. And you can see your video here, just like the rest of them. Now, as I hover over, you guys have already seen all of these kind of buttons. Let's talk about a few of them real quick. We'll look at one that already has some stuff on it. So if I click the pencil, it lets me edit these again, where you can get back to this menu where I can change visibility. I can change the thumbnail. I can add, you can edit the video by going into the editor right here. Add things like your end cap screens. You can add elements. You can blur backgrounds or people if need be. You can add audio that you've downloaded and saved. This gives you a real simple, basic video editor. You're not going to be able to do a lot elaborate in here, but you can add sound, you can add end cards, you can do the basics that you need to. You can also check comments, again, for the specific video, subtitles for the video, and again, you can do end screens. Import from a different one if you've got a template, or add a original one from here. In the more options section, you will see a lot of detailed things in relation to licensing, video language, stuff like that. You don't need to get into this section. Don't worry about that. Don't change any of these sections. But that's it for the YouTube Studio and the YouTube creation space. I'm going to go ahead and move back into our Teams window and see if there are any questions. Feel free at this time to unmute yourself if you have any that you would like to ask. But that's basically it. We talked last time about creating the channel, and the second, it's about, putting all of that stuff there. And actually, let me share my screen one more time. Let's go back and look at it from the consumer standpoint one last time. Because now I've added a new playlist and a new video. And as you can see, now that playlist is right at the top with my uploads, and I can customize my channel. If I wanted the television ads and stuff like that to be below those, I could decide to make these horizontal, vertical, all kinds of stuff you could do. I could delete them entirely. Again, whatever the case may be. But that is everything you need in regards to managing your channel. Let's quickly dive into some of the YouTube settings real quick. I forgot about that because I wanted to touch on a couple of things, and I still have 5 minutes. So let's go into, so when you click on your icon, let's go into settings and look at a couple of things right here. So here is where you can see things like your YouTube Premium membership. If you have one, you can edit your Google account settings if you wanted to. And I'm actually going to jump here into the advanced settings. You can find things like your user and channel ID. To create custom IDs, you need to be a part of the YouTube Partner Program, and there are some minimum requirements to subscribers and viewer time. So I'm not going to quite get into that just yet. But if you have created a brand account that you would like to be the manager of this existing channel, like my channel is a regular channel. If I had created a brand account and wanted to move that channel to a brand account, clicking this button will allow me to verify it's me. And then it's going to go through some security things to make sure that it is indeed you. And just like that, you'll be given the option to transfer this channel to a brand account. And that's it. Let's go ahead and open up the floor for questions. Is it possible to customize the URL of your uploaded video? No, it is not. You only have the ability to customize the YouTube URL, but it is only once you have made the minimum guidelines to be a part of the YouTube Partner Program. I am still trying to learn if there is another way to join that partner program without meeting these minimum requirements. At the moment, there does not seem to be. I will indeed email a recording of this class out. It is also going to be posted to the YouTube channel I was using as an example. And yes, everyone will get that recording. Do not worry. Part 1 is already on my channel. The recap will include a recording to part 2 that also links to my YouTube channel. There are a couple of people typing, so I'm going to go ahead and wait to see what the questions that come through are. It was a thank you. You are welcome. And all right, well, it doesn't look like there are any additional questions. Let's see. Please suggest how to manage videos from phone. How to manage videos from phone and laptop. So in regards to uploading stuff from the channel to the channel, I will almost 90% of the time recommend that you do it from your computer. So like I've been functioning everything from my laptop. This is how you would manage and upload everything from your laptop or your computer. The only difference with the mobile side is that there's less in the way of editing that is made available right when you're doing that upload. So if you are looking at my phone here, as you can see, you've got that little camera button still available. But on the mobile app, it's more of a record or go live situation. You can't per se upload a video in as clean a way as you would like. So I would always recommend getting the video from your phone to your computer first via, iCloud or Dropbox or OneDrive, what have you, and then managing the upload to your computer from there. And then, William, I'm going to shoot you an email because I know you had some additional questions from our last session. I'm going to shoot you an email a little later today to set up some time next week to talk about the 2-channel situation and what we can do. Awesome. Everybody take care. The Virtual Education Expo starts in 1 minute, so I am going to hop off and let you all go. I'm going to stop the recording. I hope everybody has a fantastic rest of their week and